Okay, this is going to be a quick little review of this stackable shoebox. It's by a company by the name of the Ollie store. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to point out is that this box needs to be assembled. So to help you to assemble this, the sellers provided this easy to follow instruction guide on how to assemble the box. You can see there's not that many steps to it, and everything is well laid out. It's a simple to follow instruction guide, and each piece is clearly labeled, so putting this together shouldn't be much of an issue. It's so well done that it only took me about a minute to actually put this together, so I was glad to see that, and that part was well done. So let me next talk about materials involved here. Again, this is an acrylic box. You'll find PET boxes, you'll find PP boxes. This one is acrylic. To be honest with you, with respect to the main differences between something like a thickened PET box and an acrylic box, there isn't that much of a difference. The reason that you often find acrylic to come with a bit of a premium is, one, it's a little bit more clear and transparent. It's a little bit better with respect to being resistant to scratches. It feels a little bit stiffer. You often find that the plastic or PET or PP boxes can bend, but you also find the acrylic ones will as well. So you can see here the door does bend. Lastly, the acrylic boxes tend to give you a little bit more protection in terms of UV rays. Now, to me, there's not enough of an advantage for me to necessarily go out and pay a premium for an acrylic box, but just some of those things that you might be or should be aware of with respect to the differences, but certainly nothing to complain about with respect to the materials. This is a premium material box, and it's well designed and well laid out, and I'll talk about a few of the other aspects of it that I do like. So in addition to the fact that the box is made of acrylic, the door area is something that I often look for in a shoebox. You have typically a couple of different shoe boxes, ones that open up at the front or ones that are side opening. This happens to be a side opening box. It uses magnets to open it, or sorry, to hold the door in place. Now, what do I look for when I'm looking at the doors in particular? Oftentimes, with, for example, the PET boxes, the frame portion of the side of the box with the door, whether it's on the front or the side, sometimes that frame will be slightly bent, and as a result the door doesn't open and close properly. In this case, again, the premium materials mean it's going to open and close without any problem. This is a perfectly straight frame, and that's very helpful. Secondly, the door handle itself is really easy to grasp. And in addition to that, depending on what you're putting on in this box, let's just assume that you're going to put shoes in here. One thing that I personally don't like is to have something that allows dust to get into the interior. And oftentimes, with respect to these shoe boxes, it's the handle area that might have a little bit of an opening that allows dust to come in and settle in on your shoes. But again, this can be used for various other items, not just shoes. But nonetheless, dust can settle in on those items if you're storing them away for a long period of time. That's a bit of a nuisance for me. So what they've done really well here is the fact that this is completely closed, and there's no place for dust to get in, because once that door is closed, it's sealed. And so that's something that I think is also done very, very well. The next feature of this box is the fact that it is stackable. So you'll see here that there is this piece that goes all the way around, and let me just flip this over. It goes all the way around here. It's about maybe about 1/3 of an inch in depth, and it spans the entire box and goes all the way around. This allows it to obviously settle on the box underneath it, and so it does that very well. And because it goes all the way around, it tends to be a little bit more sturdier than some of the ones where you might find only the corners, for example, being used to stack the boxes. So in this case, it goes all the way around the bottom of the box. So well done there. Let me talk a couple of more things here. With respect to overall weight, The difference between typical PET or PP boxes versus something like this is about 1.7 kilograms, so it's quite heavy, and you certainly can feel the weight of this when you lift it, even without anything inside. The PET boxes tend to come in at around 1.35 kilograms, so about 300 to 400 grams lighter than this. Now, that can be a positive or a negative depending on your circumstances. But again, this is about 1.7 kilograms versus those PET boxes, which tend to come in about 1.3, 1.35 kilograms. Also, really important here, will this be the right size for your shoes? For me, this is perfect. I'm a size 9 to 9.5 depending on the brand, and so this is more than enough space for me. But let me talk about the interior dimensions here so you can decide whether or not this is going to be something that you can utilize for yourself. The interior length here is about 35.5 centimeters. Sorry, so that's 35.5 centimeters in length. The width is about 26.5 centimeters, and the height here is just shy of 19 centimeters. So again, that's 35.5 centimeters by 26.5 centimeters by 19 centimeters. Now for me, that's more than enough for a pair of sneakers that are 9 to 9.5. And so use those dimensions in terms of deciding whether or not this is going to be appropriate for you. Overall, a really well built, stackable, clear and transparent box. For me, I personally prefer the ones that's got a bit more of a design happening, but I certainly would have no qualms with anyone who likes the clear and transparent look. That's just an individual preference. But in terms of the build quality and the design and the instructions, this is all done really, really well with respect to this box. The only thing that you might want to, that you're going to have to take into consideration is what you're getting a value for what you're paying. And so that's a question that's going to have to be something that you're going to have to decide or determine on your own. For myself, I don't really feel that there's enough of a difference between the acrylic and the PET to make me want to pay the premium, and this is certainly a premium box and it's built like a premium box. But certainly if you've got something valuable that you want to show off, like an expensive pair of kicks, I certainly couldn't fault you for going with something like this. And also the fact that these are stackable. Anytime you can get something that's stackable and vertical in nature, it's just going to create more room in your living space. So that's always really, really helpful. So there is certainly that practical aspect of this as well. So again, good quality box, about 1.7 kilograms, clear and transparent acrylic, good door mechanism, solid frame, and well built overall. So anyways, this has been a quick little review of this stackable shoebox by the Ollie store, and we'll see you on the next one.